VC. Before I get started, I was just curious if you guys are seeing my videos or not, because I know sometimes YouTube has glitches and all that, and I've not been getting as much in the way of comments and the engagement that I'm used to. There are some people who I'm used to hearing from on just about every video, and some of them haven't commented. I'm sure some of them are behind on videos because I'm behind on a few videos myself. Some people might have just decided not to comment, and that's more than okay. I just want to make sure that my videos are still getting out there and you guys are still able to see them. So, with that, hello VC, Mike Guitar Player 07 here, coming at you live with another vinyl record video. And today is my Life in Music tag, and I believe this was another one started by Beth at B-Side Records. So let's begin. This is a long one. The first album you bought with your own money. I just discussed this in a contest entry, but Bon Jovi's Crossroads and Craig Morgan were the first two I bought in the same transaction with my own money. Question 2. The first song you shared with a significant other. I'm not sure what the exact first one was, but with my first girl, I don't recall sharing any with my very first girlfriend, because it only lasted a month, so didn't get very far. But with my second girlfriend, the songs I remember sharing is the song Hotel California from I was playing it off of the Greatest Hits album, but the song Hotel California, and a few songs by Kenny G. So, first song I shared, Hotel California. A band or artist introduced to me by friends. That would be System of a Down. This is the only one I own currently, even though there are a few others that I'm currently in the works of trying to get. They did just put everything up on wax within the past year or two, so I can get some on vinyl record and CD if I wanted. So, System of a Down. Choose a song that describes you. This is kind of difficult. However, I went with Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror, and the reason I chose this one is because I like to emote positivity. Is it always possible? How? No, because life is not always positive, but I try to all the time when I can, and I think that I do a fairly good job with that. So, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. A song that you dislike strongly. This is one of the easiest. It's a Wonderful World, Louis Armstrong. I can't stand it. This was given to me in a collection, and due to its iconic nature, I kept it, and very rarely I do spin this to see if I like it. Not really. I have grown to appreciate it, and I've always appreciated the message it's bringing, being positive and all that, and seeing the greatness in life, but I just can't stand this song. Even though I appreciate it, I just don't like it. A song that makes you emotional. This was very easy too. There's a handful, but my choice was the song When You Say Nothing at All by Alison Krauss and Union Station. I don't know if this one is not with Union Station, so just Alison Krauss, but the song When You Say Nothing at All. A song that got you into the music that you love today. Unfortunately, I do not have this album on physical format. One of the few by this band that I only have digitally that I still need on a physical format. This would be the song The Best of Times by Dream Theater off of their 2009 album Black Clouds and Silver Linings. So, there's that. My very first concert. Toby Keith on his Big Dog Daddy tour. I saw this in Allentown, PA at the Allentown Fair. It was me, my mom, dad, sister, grandmother, and grandfather. And it was the first concert I ever been to, clearly, hence the question. And it was the very first concert that, and only concert that we were not covered because it rained during this concert. We learned quickly. I don't remember who bought the tickets, but we've always made sure we have some covering after that. But it was a really good show. A band called Trailer Choir was one of the two opening acts that opened for him. I don't remember the name of the other act, unfortunately. Trailer Choir went off to release at least one album. Don't know if they went any further than that. But they had a song called Rockin' the Beer Gut, which was really funny. I'll never forget it. There was a heavy-set guy singing about a girl, and a guy and all that stuff in a bar, and is rocking a beer gut, and this larger gentleman in overalls and a hat and all that stuff, cowboy hat. All the only thing he was missing is a straw in his teeth, and he was just doing the worm on stage during one of the guitar solos or something like that, and I'm just like, holy crap, Yuki. I'm impressed. But yeah, this is a Big Dog Daddy tour by Toby Keith. This was 2007, and this has the hits High Maintenance Woman on it, and Love Me If You Can, and Get My Drink On. I believe those are the biggest hits off this album, even though I consider all of them hits because I think this entire album is freaking fantastic. So, your best concert. I couldn't narrow it down to just one, so I chose two. And I'll choose them in the order that I saw them in. For the 2009 release of American Saturday Night, Brad Paisley had his American Saturday Night tour. This might be one of my favorite Brad Paisley albums, or one of my top 3 Brad Paisley albums, I should say. Brad Paisley is one of my favorite country musicians of all time of the modern era. Kind of lost track after his Wheelhouse album Forward, but yeah, this Welcome to the Future, fantastic. This entire album is fantastic. Welcome to the Future is a great, American Saturday Night is a great, Then is great, Water is great. Catch All the Fish is a really funny one about getting drunk and fishing. And what's cool about this is, unfortunately, I did not get to meet Brad Paisley, but this was my very first signed autographed CD. I don't think the reflection is going to allow you to see that. So let's see. I don't know if you can see that signature there, but Brad Paisley held this copy in his hand and signed it. So that's pretty cool. And it was only like $20. It wasn't that bad for an autographed CD. And I'll tell you, his guitar playing, if you don't know who Brad Paisley is and you like guitar, check him out. He is one of the best modern guitar players. So, Brad Paisley's that. And as I'm sure you can imagine, Dream Theater, now that I've seen them, is my next one. I saw them on the album tour for Distance Over Time, which was 2019. April 2019, I saw them, and we're coming up on a year now, almost. So it's supporting their Distance Over Time album. However, 2019 was also the 20th anniversary of Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from Memory. So, they did a handful of songs from Distance Over Time in their first act, and then a couple songs from a few other albums, mainly from Black Clouds and Silver Linings. I guess because that was the 10-year anniversary, I guess. And then, in Act 2, they played my favorite album of all time in its entirety. Wow. That's all I have to say. Wow. It was just fantastic. So, a band artist you've never seen but want to see live. I have a few. I'd really like to see Billy Joel. I'd really like to see Willie Nelson. I'd really like to see Paul McCartney. I'd really like to see Kiss. I'd really like to see Ozzy Osbourne. And I'd really like to see Iron Maiden. Ozzy Osbourne I had tickets for, and he canceled because of his treatments that he needs for his health and all that. Understandable. Got refunded for that. But then he said that he will offer the people who already had tickets first dibs, or get them when he reschedules. So that'll be nice. Hopefully that happens, and hopefully his health allows him to do that. But at least I have the tickets for what would have been if I never get to see him. And now with the whole coronavirus stuff, that's a whole other situation. The next question is, what album are you currently listening to? As of this moment, I have not listened to anything today. However, what I'm planning on playing next, I'm planning on listening to Jethro Tull's Songs from the Wood. So, that's my next spinning. I might do Cheap Trips at Budokan too, later on in the day. Favorite music, excuse me, favorite movie musical? Grease, without a doubt. I could have chose Phantom of the Opera, but I've never actually seen a movie version of it. I've only seen the real deal Broadway version, so I can't really choose that one. But Grease, without a doubt. Grease is great. Favorite song / album of your birth year? I have a couple. For those you don't know, I was born in 1997, 22 years old. So, some of my favorites from this era, and I chose year, and I chose specifically out of the stuff that I actually have on physical format to be able to share. There's others, but these are the ones that I picked out from what I own. The first one would be Aerosmith's 9 Lives. This is my favorite Aerosmith album. Don't get me wrong, I like the earlier stuff, Toys in the Attic, Rocks, all that stuff. But you know, I don't think until it was around the time of Permanent Vacation onward that they had full fantastic albums. Don't get me wrong, they had fantastic hits for the other stuff. And then there's albums like Toys in the Attic, which is a flawless album, or fairly flawless. But some of those early Aerosmith albums for me, they have the hits and then there's a handful of filler. There's some good deep cuts, but a lot of filler. It wasn't until, as I said, Permanent Vacation forward where I started feeling like Aerosmith's discography was like solid all the way through. And, well, listen to this and you'll know. And I was finally glad that they reissued this past year because the originals, not cheap. The next one is Bjork's Homogenic. One of my more obscure choices in music. So yeah, if you don't know who Bjork is, she's kind of like avant-garde in a way. Not Yoko Ono avant-garde, but the song Pluto from this is pretty out there. But my favorite off of this album is Hunter. So if you want to check out a Bjork song, that's pretty cool. Check out the Hunter. And that's my favorite Bjork album too. Even though, really, she didn't put out a bad album of the ones I've heard. I'm not the biggest fan of her album. Her newest one, I think it's called Unison or Union or something like that. I can't remember, but shows how much of an impact it had. So, next is the album by Green Day, Nimrod. I don't have any Green Day on vinyl record yet, however, I am definitely on the lookout for American Idiot. But Nimrod, I got this for my birthday. We're getting during my high school years, and the next day it was time for our family to go on vacation. I think it was the year we went to Maine, so I made sure that I brought this and we played this, and this got played a lot. And that has the hit "Time of Our Lives," "Good Riddance." "Hitchin' a Ride" was popular too. Those are the only hits off of this one, but King for the Day is great. It's a good album. I've never really been disappointed by original Green Day albums. A few of the more modern ones, another story, but. And then the last one I'm choosing for favorite song or album would be Sex and Candy by Macy Playground. Or Marcy Playground, I should say. I rediscovered this song on a Pandora station called 90s Hits Radio or whatever. And heard that for the first time. I was like, whoa. Yeah, hadn't heard that in a long time. So I was really excited to find that CD single. All right. Band or artist that you own the most albums by? By a landslide, Johnny Mathis. And it's really for no other reason rather than how damn cheap his albums are. You can find, actually, this one I'm holding in my hand is the most expensive one. I think I paid $15 for this one. It is an original mono pressing on the Columbia 6i, however, and it's in very good shape, but worth that money, probably not. But yeah, Johnny Mathis, most of his albums find anywhere between $1 and $3, and he's one of my favorite crooner voices. I also, of course, love Nat King Cole, Dean Martin, the classics. Julie London is fantastic. I don't know if she's considered a crooner. I don't know if females are considered crooner voices or not, but I'm going to consider her one for the intensive purposes. But yeah, Johnny Mathis, due to the fact of how cheap his albums are and how much I enjoy him, and it's easily Johnny Mathis. And he had a lot of albums too. I mean, his 50s and 60s works are the best. Once it gets into the 70s and on, it's but Johnny Mathis is who I have the most of. And then the final question is a song that gets you pumped. There are a handful of songs that put me in a good mood near damn instantly, and this is one of them that gets me pumped. This is Tony Orlando and Dawn's greatest hits here. And I'm talking about the song Knock 3 Times. And you're bound to knock 3 times on the window if you want me. Oh. If you don't know this song, look it up. Fantastic. So, that is Music is My Life tag. As I said, I don't know what's going on with the engagement. I said that at the beginning of this video. I don't know if YouTube is glitching, you're not seeing the videos, or if people are just not commenting. If you're not commenting, you're watching, that's fine. I'm not gonna force people to, or be like, comment. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But that's how I know you guys are here. If you comment, I see the numbers, but of how many views I get. But unless you comment and say how you're enjoying everything, I don't know what's going on. So, but anyway, that's my Music is My Life tag. Hopefully some of you guys get in on this. Thank you guys for watching. Keep on spinning that wax, and I'll see you in the next final record video.